several. So yeah, as soon as he puts that one up.
Okay, so hi everybody. This is Steve Olson from WSL. We feel it important to put up a special report tonight because a lot of factors have come together pretty suddenly that convince us that we need to keep an eye on what's going on right now. We have a special guest tonight, Wayne. I'll let you introduce John. And Wayne Steiger is here tonight. Hi, Wayne.
Hi, Steve. How you doing?
Good. Please introduce John for us.
Yes, this is my friend John. John, welcome to WSO. I'm going to be putting this on my station as well, channel. And John, if you like, you can give your background if you want to. Listen, I'll just put it this way. John is he is one of the best professionals that I know in a lot of the area that we're working in, frequency, understanding, all of that. And John, I'll just turn this over to you because you actually brought me this photograph, and so that's why we're here, and I'll just kind of turn it over to you.
And John, we'll talk about your background later, but start with what is the origin of this photograph that we're looking at here?
Actually, BP Earthwatch put a video up, and this is a screen capture off of what he had put up earlier. And he put an alert out early in the morning, and he said that he didn't know what it was. And I looked at it, and I was looking at the position of it, and so then I went on to SkyLive, and I went into the charts, and lo and behold, I pretty much figured it would be Pan-Star 01, and Pan-Star 01 is pretty much right in that same position at that time when he put that video out. I went right in and checked it just as he had put it out. And Pan-Star 01's a comet, or at least that's what the charts say. That's what everything else says, is that it's a comet. I'm not really sure what it is. I'm not sure about a couple of them. There's Pan-Star 01, Longmore P77, Honda P45, and Pan-Star's B14.
That's 5.
Well, these are ones that I'm really watching. I'm really concerned about Honda. I think Honda is going to be a big problem for us by January for sure. February, it's going to be a real big problem.
Do you know what the timestamp is on this photograph, and is it from SBO?
Yeah, I believe it is, and I'm not sure what the timestamp was. I just remember waking up in the morning. I'll have to go back and look at my SkyLife chart to see what time it was on there, because I just woke up in the middle of the night and I saw my phone bleeping, and I turned it on and I saw this video, and I'm like, oh, I need to look at this. And so I just kind of quickly did a few screen captures, went in and checked it up this morning, and then kind of went back to sleep and forgot about it.
Well, John, what I don't understand on this picture here is that for a comet, it just seems inordinately large, bright. That's just big. I mean, if I look at it to proportional to the sun, holy crap.
Right.
I mean,
right. And so you have to understand this is so the evidence, the only thing supporting the comets is the positions. So I can check the positions in relation to what we're seeing. I can check the positions in relation to what we're seeing even on the weather cams and the strange anomalies there. And we can go in and we can look at the direction. We can look at the time of day. And we can see what bodies are actually moving around in space in that area at the time. Now, the one thing I have noticed that these things have in relation is that they're all coming out of Sagittarius.
Oh my. Okay.
So, guys, look, they're either much larger, like I said, they're either much larger than what they say they are, or they're much closer than what they say they are, or they're both. Or there's something altogether different, and maybe, and this is my opinion. My opinion is that this is a solar system, and that these are planetary bodies disguised as comets.
Well, we've heard that before, because remember when Mike Brown was talking about Eris And then that was under very spooky circumstances in the sense that it was almost like he discovered something. They gave him credit on on Wikipedia for discovering this object, and I know that that's not true. I know that they've discovered that object before Mike Brown.
Oh yeah.
So there's a lot of funny business going on with these comets, and so I agree with you. I think there's funny business going on, and I'm looking at some of the recent Helio viewer. Let's see if I can get the newest here. I'm looking at Helio Viewer Stereo A, and my gosh, guys, this is an interesting day.
Well, I'm really concerned about Longmore P77.
Well, let me.
Yeah, P77 is the footage that I sent you, Wayne.
Yeah.
You know, where it kind of looks like a sundog.
Yeah.
And it absolutely is not. Look, when you're looking at these sundogs and you're only seeing red, yellow, and white, then you're not seeing a sundog.
Tell you what, Steve, you want me? I'm going to pull that up. That's from Igor, right?
Igor has one, and then I sent you a short clip video too of one as well. It's the same one. It's Longmore. It's just from different locations.
Okay. All right. I'll see what I can do about pulling that up.
Here, I'll get it on. Oh, go ahead, Wayne. What were you going to?
No, go ahead.
No, what I was going to do is I was going to run over to. Oh, let's see where solar system scope real quick, and
that's what I was going to suggest.
Yep, let's take a look at Lawnmower real quick, and let's see here. Oh,
yeah, you're going to see that Longmore travels with the sun. You're also going to see that Pan-Star 01 does as well. There's a few bodies there that are traveling there, but I'm just not sure of all of them. I think I'm counting 7, potentially 8, but I can only assure you of 4.
Well, aren't there ancient writings about Venus, that Venus was the comet planet that came in through the solar system? And when I say recent time, within modern records, so if this is, John, it's either a lot of comets or we're in the middle of a huge debris field. I don't know what do you think is going on here when we talk about January, February possibility?
Well, that's Honda for sure. So Honda's going to pass. I believe Honda's going to pass with under an AU. And I think it's going to light us up the same way that Siding Springs lit up Mars. That's my personal opinion.
Well, Venus right now is like a torch. I keep on seeing on Facebook people taking a lot of pictures of it, not realizing it's Venus. I mean, the planet is just absolutely luminous.
Well, that's because all right, first off, it's highly plasmatic. And when you're looking at Venus, you got to look at it, when you're looking at this plasma, kind of picture looking at it through water, okay? Like you're trying to look at light through water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's how plasma moves. It's the waves that you're seeing. And so it's the frequency, basically, that you're seeing within the plasma. And so it's highly active right now. And the reason it's highly active is because we have a solar system, I believe, coming in on us. I believe this is your source for your so-called cosmic wave and the whole 9 yards. You know, I've been following these a while, guys. You know,
well, I've got Siding Spring located on here. Can you guys see my screen, by the way?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so I've got Siding Spring here. I've got Lovejoy here. I've got 67P here. As I zoom in, I've got what they call Enki here. I'm trying to find this lawnmower.
77P Lawnmower is right by the sun.
They're not showing up.
How interesting.
They're not showing it on here.
Yeah, and how fascinating. Now, if you speak to Igor, a few weeks back, he done an episode where he was checking the position of comets, and he was checking a light source, and it was one of the Pan stars, I believe. And we just couldn't match anything up. He couldn't get it to match up. I was even checking mine against his video, and I couldn't get anything to match up on mine either. And then he remembered that he had an old program that he hadn't updated yet, and he says, "Well, let me check this. Just let me go in and check it." And gentlemen, the data had been changed in the update.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Because it matched up perfectly in the old data.
Just an educated guess, how close would you think that this lawnmower is right now to the sun?
It's kind of a it's kind of a perspective thing. Our perception.
Right.
Perception is going to be an issue here because
we're
looking at it through video. We're looking at it through video.
Right.
What I can tell you is that as the sun and it get close together throughout the day, they start interacting. There's a certain time of the day, it's usually later in the afternoon, that you'll start seeing the light coming up off of lawnmower. Lawnmower really starts to show its light in the afternoon, as you'll see in those videos as well.
All right, so just real quick, what I wanted to share with you guys was we got some also corroborating evidence that we may be looking at an object having electromagnetic interactions with the sun. And here is from, this is your Australian all sky cam, and you can see that we have some very strange anomalies there.
Interesting.
Similarly, we just learned today that the Queen of England and her boy are going to be, they're sick with the flu and will not be participating in Christmas activities this year.
Do what?
The Queen is going underground.
Well, she did say last year, enjoy your last Christmas. Look, gentlemen, I can tell you right now, this is my prediction for these comets, is that what you're seeing right now, you already have an increase in earthquakes. You have, I'm thinking like 18 to 20 already this month. So your increase is quite a bit. Now, Terrell Blackstar believes that you're getting this horseshoe effect coming back to the Solomon Islands, or down there, where the energy starts, it goes horseshoes out and then comes back in and reverberates, and we're going into what's called a calm period anyway, right, with the sun?
Yep.
And so that reverberation has to come back, that pressure comes back, and so what it did, it come back to the source. The difference between what Terrell believes and what I believe is I believe that, it's just not one body out there. I believe that we have several. I don't know if he believes there's several. I just learned of his
he doesn't believe. We talked about it in depth. I mean, I know Terrell.
Okay.
I've helped Terrell. Even we just helped Terrell.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know anything about what he believes outside of that black star, but I believe that you have more than one body. So where he thinks that we're going to have the calming period over this, I don't believe that. I believe that you're going to continue to get affected. I think that the earthquakes are going to slowly increase, not only in frequency but intensity, to where they start to reach biblical proportions.
All right. So do you see this chart I'm showing here, John?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so you've probably seen us talking about this ad nauseum. This is the one instrument where we think we're getting a pretty good view of what's happening. Now, this is what the other channels would call the wave of energy. And what I say about wave of energy is BS, because something has to originate the wave of energy, and nobody's been able to tell me what the source of their data is. All I can tell you is on this Enel heliosphere nowcast, which shows the magnetic field lines and plasma density. Following those field lines, what you see is there's something outside of the inner solar system. Now, here, what I want to show you, see how it's at the 11 o'clock, at this 11, call it the 11 point here, this 11 point.
Yes.
That's directly in the same place where we would expect to see exactly what you just showed us on SDL. So I've got two pieces of evidence that are corroborating pretty closely, and then some circumstantial evidence that causes me to have my hair stand up a little bit.
Yeah, well, it should. Look, I'm not saying this is an end of the world event, but
No, none of us are.
But I'm here to tell you it's certainly going to be something that will permanently leave an imprint in the seat of your car.
It will make a mark.
So let's just talk about this a little bit. Can we just postulate looking out? This is not dissipating, and it's coming around. What would we estimate, gentlemen? 4 days?
I'm actually going more towards a window of about 15 days. It really depends on the speed of it.
Okay.
Right now, if you'll remember yesterday, we were looking at it over by, and I'm not sure.
Near the 16 or 15 mark, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're not getting updates here either, I don't think. So
well, let's. I'm going to go with 17. I'm going to go with 17 days.
Okay.
And let's count 17 days from the last major quake of the 8.0 or 7.9.
Well, gentlemen, look what's happening over at Stereo A. Now, we've been watching this, Steve. We've got this on video. Look at it intensify as it hits Stereo A. Look at that, guys. Do you see that?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Look at the intensity of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
What causes, okay, so we know that this is plasma. What is causing that to intensify and not dissipate?
Well, because it's being fed, gentlemen. It's what I'm telling you. It's
Okay, thank you.
It's being fed by several bodies. It's not just one. And so the amount of energy that's out there right now is incredible. And you wonder why the magnetosphere is getting damaged and stuff. Look, I'm not saying that the sun doesn't have some effect on it. It absolutely does. It's getting pelted every day. I mean, it's an amazing thing, the sun is. But on the other hand, you got to realize we are getting pelted every day, and our Earth is used to that. And
well, I know that the cosmic rays are definitely pounding the crap out of us.
Yes, they are. They absolutely are. And those, and those come through. You know this, right? I mean, they kind of like they hit the Earth, and then part of those come through. And as they come through, they kind of particle up and just kind of like a rain, and they come down, in that manner. But there are different types of cosmic rays. You have super cosmic rays. Did you know this?
I did not.
Please go ahead.
So a super cosmic ray, which is usually produced by a magnetar, will never lose energy. Never.
Stays constant.
Stays constant. Now here's the thing. So when it hits an atmosphere or a magnetosphere such as ours, it's going to do a lot more damage than a normal one, because it's not going to weaken over the distance.
Right.
But that's not what makes these scary. Okay. Not only can they break your DNA, but the kinetic energy that comes off of one of these particles as it passes by would be incredible. And so you have to think about the frequency that you're getting bombarded by of these particles as it's raining down on top of you. And this is a constant new frequency that you're not accustomed to. So under that circumstance, it could actually change your entire brainwave or your ability. It could, it could turn you into a 3-year-old instantly, or it could, make you really smart. I mean, it could do a lot of things.
I'll roll the dice for getting smarter. The 3-year-old, I don't know. But I'm thinking the movie with Mel Gibson, Signs. I'm about ready to start wearing the tinfoil hats.
Well, I mean, there's an awful lot going on out there that we don't understand, and
I just want to say I still marvel at that graph over on the far right. I did not notice that earlier, just how intensified that wave is coming. I mean, look at that, guys. That's like watching a hurricane just suddenly blow up because it happened to hit that magnetic connection with the sun.
I'm just,
Yes.
I mean, what this graph tells me is that the sun is establishing some kind of a high-end or very high-powered electromagnetic connection with something outside of the inner solar system. That's what I would assess that to be.
Absolutely, Steve. Absolutely. That's,
You know.
you're right. That's exactly what's happening.
So this is kind of a special report. We wanted to get it out right away. Wayne, did you have anything else you wanted to show, or do you want to go back to that one picture real quick and just show us one more time what we got? Because I can't find it on SDO myself. They've probably taken it down by now.
Well, wouldn't surprise me at all. Sure, and let me see. Let me get the screen share. No. As soon as you turn it over to me, I'll let you know.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, cool. So we'll kind of just think you got that right. So this is what we're looking at. And so the evidence is showing to me, gentlemen, that we have cosmic events happening right now that we've all been ridiculed about, all been mocked about. And it's kind of like, Nero dancing as he's watching Rome burning. Is this a, I think the metaphor works, because when I look at this, it bothers me. I mean, how long have we all been looking at SDO with SETI, Core 1 ahead? I mean, come on, guys, this is what we do.
Yeah, and the thing of it is that they took down my channel right before this stuff happened, and I was very suspicious in the way that it happened and the timing of it. And I kind of had a feeling that something like this was going to go down. I really did.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll repost this on my channel. John, I know you have one. Let's get the word out. And listen, I don't know. I'm like the both of you. I don't know what this is. You prepare for the worst and hope for the best.
Yeah, I quit posting on my channel. The only thing that I have up now is that share an act of kindness.
Yeah, and I tell you, that's the frequency we need to be broadcasting.
Yes, it is. It is. But gentlemen, this system that's coming in, it's real, and it's going to be a big problem.
Yeah.
John, I'd like to invite you back on doing a show on frequency.
Yeah, I would love to.
Okay.
And I can actually do some more work with the Comets as well. Maybe I can get some imaging and video to you, some things that I have.
Well, let's do an update tomorrow, gentlemen. How about that?
That sounds good.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Mr. Olson,
All right.
Thank you for hosting this.
Right on. And I'll have this available and share the link to you guys to my Google Drive so you can download it to your channels and to the other Nibiru channels.
All right. Thank you,
Thank
Steve.
you.
Thank you, John.
Not a problem, guys.